Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more Los Angeles Lakers news, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. The need to sign players is the biggest priority for a big center. But the Lakers could use the draft to bring in a young center with a lot of future and who could already be used in the rotations, which is the 7'1" giant. In this case, they could sign a veteran center with experience to be a starter, and Common Maluak would win as a reserve and shine in the future and will certainly be a new star. The Lakers are suggested to make trade deals with 3 teams and sign center Common Maluak in the 2025 draft. This new mock trade puts Common Maluak in the best situation. With less than a week to go until the 2025 NBA draft, trade ideas and rumors are continuing to float around, especially those that involve coveted picks in this year's draft, which is seen as one of the deepest and most talented in a long time. A new 3-team trade idea by ESPN involves one of Duke's 3 outstanding rookies in this year's class, landing Common Maluak with the Los Angeles Lakers. Trade details. Brooklyn Nets receive number 11 pick via Portland Trail Blazers. 2031 unprotected first-round pick via Los Angeles Lakers. Los Angeles Lakers receive number 8 pick and number 36 pick via Brooklyn Nets. Portland Trail Blazers receive Dalton Knecht. 2027 top 4 protected first-round pick via New York Knicks. ESPN noted that this trade would depend on Maluak still being available at the 8th overall pick, where Los Angeles then swoops in to grab its center of the future. The Lakers attempted to trade for former Duke center and current Charlotte Hornet Mark Williams ahead of this past season's trade deadline, but after a failed physical by Williams, the trade fell through. If this trade went down and Maluak landed in LA, it would be an absolutely perfect fit for the South Sudanese center. The 7 feet 2 inches, 250-pound big man would be able to fit right into the rotation and possibly start right away as the Lakers are desperate for a rim-protecting 5-man who is also a pick-and-roll lob threat. Maluak having the ability to play in the pick-and-roll game alongside superstar Luka Doncic would allow the Lakers to utilize Maluak at his fullest potential. The athletic big was a constant lob threat all season with the Blue Devils as a rookie, and there aren't many centers in today's NBA with the athleticism and footwork that Maluak possesses. In terms of pure ceiling, Maluak might be as high as anyone in this draft. A 7 feet 2 inches center who can run the floor in transition, switch 1 through 5 defensively, protect the rim at an elite level, and work the pick and roll effectively would be a gift for the Lakers to land, given how the roster in LA is currently constructed. And if Maluak was able to work in an offense alongside Doncic, he could be one of the best bigs in this class right away. Potential deal for the Lakers to land Walker Kessler and John Collins. The Los Angeles Lakers could have an opportunity to answer their frontcourt rotation issues with this potential trade detail to acquire Walker Kessler and John Collins. The Los Angeles Lakers have aggressively been scouring the offseason trade and free agent markets to bolster their roster. With a primary emphasis on centers and frontcourt, the purple and gold have been rumored to be linked with several players. A recent rumor that has garnered a lot of attention has seen the Lakers in talks with the Utah Jazz, in particular for their forward John Collins. The Jazz forward, who will be an expiring contract next season, could be an ideal addition to the purple and gold's roster, especially when paired next to superstar Luka Doncic. But this may not be the only move Los Angeles makes. With rumors suggesting that the Lakers have shown an interest in Jazz big man Walker Kessler as well, the purple and gold could very well attempt to kill 2 birds with 1 stone in trade discussions. Considering the Lakers need to reinforce their frontcourt, any trade to acquire legitimate big men would be viewed as a priority. In light of this, we take a look at a potential trade deal to help the purple and gold land the Jazz's big men. Los Angeles Lakers receive Walker Kessler, John Company. Linz. Utah Jazz receive Rui Hachimura, Maxi Kleber, Dalton Knecht, number 55 pick, 2031 first-round pick. This deal sees a lot of moving parts, with variable benefits for each party. Let's explore how the trade impacts each team involved. underscore 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 underscore. The Lakers solve their frontcourt issues. The addition of John Collins and Walker Kessler gives the Lakers an unprecedented amount of security in the frontcourt. When considering how effective both players have been in their respective positions, the purple and gold would have effectively solved the majority of their frontcourt issues with this trade. Collins has proven himself to be an extremely versatile offensive forward. Although he boasts impressive shooting ability and an ability to stretch the floor, the Jazz forward is also very athletic, allowing him to be a capable lob threat. The 27-year-old is far from being the player he was during his time next to Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks. Regardless, his averages of 19.0 points and 8.2 rebounds on 52.7% shooting from the field and 39.9% from beyond the arc are impressive. With the Lakers, particularly next to Doncic, these numbers are also likely to increase as Collins would become a beneficiary of the Slovenian star's incredible passes. Meanwhile, the Lakers' interest in Walker Kessler has not been random. Kessler is a genuine 7-footer, an intimidating presence under the basket who could potentially become the anchor of the team's defense. At only 23 years old, Kessler has been viewed as a reliable big man. His averages of 11.1 points and 12.2 rebounds per game present a lot of opportunity on a team that is in desperate need of a center capable of establishing their presence in the paint. Kessler's development over the last 3 seasons has been worthwhile, but it is his consistency as a shot blocker that will garner particular interest. With a career average of 2.4 blocks per game, the young center should become a capable rim protector for this Lakers team. The addition of these two players gives the team a lot of options when it comes to roster construction moving forward. While there have been free agents who have been presented as targets for the purple and gold, primarily using their taxpayer MLE, this trade would allow them to address other concerns. The Lakers' potential starting 5. This trade gives the Lakers a significant boost in their frontcourt rotation, inadvertently also building up their bench strength. With the addition of Walker Kessler and John Collins, the purple and gold could see a starting rotation featuring PG Luka Doncic, SG Austin Reeves, SF LeBron James, PF John Collins, C Walker Kessler. With players such as Dorian Finney-Smith and Jared Vanderbilt coming off the bench, the Lakers could see a much more holistic frontcourt rotation. However, with a need to add playmakers and wing depth, the purple and gold could revisit their off-season plans after completing this trade. And with TWG Global stepping in as the new owners of the team, the Lakers also have the financial backing to make a big splash in the offseason. Will LeBron James' knee injury affect his start to 2025-26 season? Let's take a closer look at LeBron James's knee injury from the playoffs, his recovery timeline and whether that'll impact the start of next season for the Lakers. The Lakers' elimination from the playoffs left a lasting impact in many ways. As they were being bounced out of the playoffs in frustrating fashion, insult was added to injury when LeBron James collided with Timberwolves guard Donte DiVincenzo. LeBron was able to play through it, but reports in the coming days revealed that James had suffered a grade 2 ligament tear of the medial collateral ligament, MCL. With the Lakers now over a month into their off-season, updates have been relatively sparse and the question arises as to whether this knee injury will impact LeBron's readiness for next season, which he expected to return for. To understand that, let's first take a closer look at the injury. The MCL sits on the inside of the knee, the medial side, and is one of 4 major stabilizing knee ligaments, along with the lateral collateral ligament, LCL, anterior cruciate ligament, ACL, and posterior cruciate ligament, PCL. The primary function of the MCL is protecting against what's called valgus force against the knee, aka inward force. When that force is too high, the ligament gets overstretched and damaged. If you look closely at LeBron and DiVincenzo's collision, you'll see LeBron's left knee gets pushed inward and he immediately grabs at the inside of it. This is very typical of an MCL injury. Further, these injuries can also be accompanied by a bone bruise, which, in rare instances, can create a longer timeline. A nagging bone bruise is what kept Kendrick Nunn out for essentially the entire season during his lone year with the team, and also what led to prolonged recoveries for Lonzo Ball from knee and ankle ligament sprains during his tenure with the team. I would like to re-emphasize that those instances are the outliers. They aren't common. Although no injury is obviously ideal, the timing of this injury is, in fact, as close to ideal as it comes. That's because LeBron has said on multiple occasions, most recently on a Mind the Game podcast episode with Steve Nash, that he takes around a month or so off after the season to allow himself to physically and mentally recover and reset. Those 4-ish weeks are immediately a big chunk of the recovery timetable. He would just adapt his schedule and activity level to be able to rehab while still taking that time off, and then have a more gradual, methodical ramp-up process compared to his usual off-season. The other positive with this injury is that the MCL has very good blood supply, which means it heals quite well. For that reason, if there's one major knee ligament you want to injure, it's the MCL. Oftentimes, even grade 3 full ruptures aren't operated on because the ligament can reattach due to that robust blood supply and the healing factors that come along with it. With all this in mind and what we currently know, I would feel very confident in saying that the injury wouldn't impact LeBron much in terms of preparation for, and including, the 2025 season. That confidence is further buoyed by recent comments from the King himself, who told the Associated Press that his knee is feeling good and the time off will allow him to make sure I'm as close to 100% as possible when training camp begins in late September. As always, I'll keep you updated if anything changes or we learn more about the situation. Update emerges on Austin Reaves' future with Lakers. The Los Angeles Lakers are undergoing a lot of changes right now, but Austin Reaves' continued place on the roster isn't likely to be one of them. The Lakers have shown no indication that they are going to be trading away Reaves this offseason, Dan Woik of the Los Angeles Times reported during an appearance Wednesday on The Dan Patrick Show. Reaves noted that the Reaves has the faith of both the organization and of star player Luka Doncic. The Lakers believe in Austin Reaves, said Woik. Luka Doncic believes in Austin Reaves. The video player is currently playing an ad. You can skip the ad in 5 seconds with a mouse or keyboard. The 27-year-old Reaves, a fan-favorite homegrown Laker, has been the subject of widespread trade rumors in recent months, with some top media figures even going so far as to guarantee a Reaves trade. That is because of a number of different factors, including Reaves' contract. He is about to enter his final guaranteed season on his current deal with the Lakers before being able to test free agency, and the unbalanced nature of the Lakers roster, featuring dangerously few playable big men. Reaves, who was a 20 PPG scorer this season, is by far the best asset the Lakers have at their disposal as well. Other than Reaves, the only real value that they have to offer rival teams would be Dalton Knecht, Rui Hachimura, and one future first-round pick, in either 2031 or 2032. Still, there do not appear to be any impactful big men on the trade market right now who would be worth parting ways with Reaves for. While Reaves' reported salary demands could be a major problem for the Lakers, it sounds like the team is willing to wait things out, possibly until the trade market develops closer to the February deadline. LA Lakers identify great fit to pair with Luka Doncic. One person could stand in their way after never again claim. As the Los Angeles Lakers start to build around Luka Doncic instead of LeBron James, they are expected to add a complementary forward, although one executive might prevent it from happening. The Los Angeles Lakers are in the middle of a complete overhaul. Last season, they traded for superstar Luka Doncic, who is expected to be the face of the franchise for the next decade, and on June 18, the Buss family sold their majority stake to the Guggenheim Group for $10 billion. In Hollywood, the Lakers are far from the only star to get a facelift, but theirs might be the highest profile. In order to maximize LeBron James' window and build a contender with Doncic at the center of it all, the Lakers are expected to add frontcourt players to bolster their defense and interior scoring, and the Utah Jazz have emerged as a viable trade partner. John Collins linked to Lakers in trade rumors. The Lakers have made it no secret that they covet some of the Utah Jazz's better players. As Utah prepares for another year of rebuilding, Walker Kessler has long been a viable trade target for the Lakers, although they have their sights set on John Collins, as well. It's easy to see why. Last season, Collins averaged 19 points and 8.2 rebounds while shooting 39.9% from deep and being a versatile defender. Many within the Lakers organization believe Collins would be an especially great fit alongside Luka Doncic, wrote ClutchPoint's Anthony Irwin. Since their season ended, they've held a few conversations with the Utah Jazz to try to land the 27-year-old big man, with Rui Hachimura often the centerpiece of the deal. Winners and losers from Lakers' massive sale to Mark Walter. The Los Angeles Lakers have been sold from the Buss family to Mark Walter, the principal owner of the Los Angeles Dodgers. For a valuation of about $10 billion, Walker will control the team. This was something that was very surprising to NBA fans who don't follow the team, but not quite as much to Lakers fans. If the Buss family was going to sell, it was always set up that Walter would be the guy to buy. With the sale now announced, it's a good time to determine who will come out as winners and who will come out as losers from this transaction. Winner, Luka Doncic and LeBron James. The complaint from Lakers fans has been that the Lakers don't dump money into the roster like the Warriors or the Celtics have in the last few years. They pay the luxury tax, but they don't go all in. That could change now that Walter is funding the team. He has done that with the Dodgers, and that has turned them into multi-time World Series champions. Luka Doncic and LeBron James stand to benefit from Walter spending more money to improve the roster around those two. Doncic will benefit longer because he'll be on the team for the next decade or so. Loser, Rob Pelinka. Pelinka is someone who has polarized Lakers fans. While he did execute the Doncic trade, which was one of the most shocking trades in league history, fans are frustrated with how he has built the roster. Walter has a track record with the Dodgers of changing who is in charge of making team decisions in order to become a championship-level team. He could do the same with Pelinka. Winner, Jeanie Buss. Not only does Buss get to sell her franchise for the highest price in the history of sports, but she gets to keep control of the team. She will still be the governor. For how long that is remains unclear at this time, but she will ultimately continue to make basketball decisions. For now, she comes out about as good as you can when a franchise is sold. Loser, WYC Grousbeck. The last NBA franchise to be sold was the Boston Celtics. They did not get sold for nearly as much as the Lakers did. WYC Grousbeck sold the franchise for just $6 billion. Considering these two franchises are widely thought of as the two most valuable teams in the league, there is clearly a big gap in their valuations. Grousbeck has to be kicking himself. He could have gotten more,